James, honest question. Have you ever masturbated to anime?
No. No,
neither.
I don't think so.
Oh, once?
I never have.
I can't do it. I can't jerk off cartoons.
I've surfed through pictures of naked anime characters, but I've never.
Oh, I've tried. I've tried.
I need real people.
I've certainly never jerked off to any anime movies or something that have sex or nudity.
I gotta see stuff.
I need
Let me
real
play devil's
people.
advocate for a moment.
Yeah. I don't begrudge anyone that does.
Listen, thing.
Sure.
I just
Everything Lawrence says right now is nothing but pain.
Yeah.
He's willing to man up for this.
Okay, go on.
So,
Yeah.
modern science
Go on.
allows women to augment their bodies in a number of ways.
Yeah. There's certain ways, though, maybe, that don't suit your needs, like appearing as though maybe they're 12.
Oh, well.
Uh-huh.
What happened?
Moreover, that
That's a weird shot. There's a lot of space, negative space on your side.
There's a lot of headroom.
is
That was a
something
lot of
that
headroom,
we've taken
yeah.
the reins of.
Nick Headroom.
There you go.
See, I don't like unrealistic human proportions. Is my
Yeah,
my
those
thing.
like giant titties.
Turn on the crew.
Like even with real women.
Kate Upton, I would argue, is unrealistic.
I
No,
don't
no,
really,
that's real. She's real. That's a real woman.
Yeah. Well, I know what he's saying, and
But she's
Here's
real.
the thing, though. I don't really find Kate Upton to be magnificently attractive.
Oh man.
She has kind of a dumb face,
Well, yeah.
and her body type is not my ideal body type in a woman. So,
Boy, oh boy.
Splinter Cell Blacklist.
I guess ultimately, my point is that if there's a magnificently attractive woman that
happened?
you only see in
Beta
media,
already not work?
she is as fantasy to you
You're kidding me.
as any woman you
was
won't
fast.
meet.
So you're
still
saying
doing
because sometimes women have unrealistic. If as long as you cross into the barrier of unrealistic, you might as well go
Jerk off to
Super
a
crazy.
12-year-old.
jerk out up to a drawing of a 12-year-old.
I'm saying that it engages fantasy in your mind.
Oh, there he goes. Okay.
No, I
Your
don't
ability to
begrudge you.
abstract.
I don't think that I ever have. I think because it's easy enough to find anime porn as it is to find real porn with really hot women in it. So, welcome to the podcast. Let's tell you about Nature Box. Speaking of Nature Box,
We should do a crew sync.
Hold on.
Speaking of nature's
Put him in the trash can.
Speaking of nature's box, good joke, Lawrence. That was good. Get it? Vagina? Do you understand?
On Trada or whatever.
Do you get it?
I got it.
Man, you've been away too long.
I got
obviously.
it.
'cause
I
you
got
don't
it
get
when
the
Lawrence
joke.
said it, and Lawrence made that really good joke. I got it.
All right, ready?
Ready?
1, 2.
I'm also going to see if I can do windowed mode so I can... Actually, wait. I might be able to... Ooh, yes, I can scroll. Without quitting out of the game.
So that way we can follow along with the script.
I know.
Well, no, also so we can read the pre-rolls and stuff. Do you need to make the font bigger?
No, I can read it from here.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to the Inside Gaming Podcast. Lawrence lost his voice.
Yeah.
He's here, but you won't hear him. There he is, right
Lawrence,
there.
say something.
That was an accident.
Oh. So typically on the show, we always tell a story or something.
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence, how'd you lose your voice?
No, he normally starts with an obscure question.
Yeah, non sequitur question.
Yeah.
So what's the question?
Adam, wait. Oh, Bruce? I haven't asked you a question yet.
Yeah,
you asked me, you asked
You
me.
haven't asked Adam.
I haven't asked Adam a question.
Oh, yeah, ask me a question.
Adam, if you were to eat cotton candy, what color would you prefer it to be?
So here's the problem with your question.
Oh, jeez.
I only know of one form of cotton candy.
It's pink.
and It's the pink one.
No,
Yeah.
there's pink and blue. Everyone knows there's pink and
I've
blue.
seen
There's a blue one?
I've seen blue,
Yes,
yeah.
there's
for
always
girls
pink and blue.
and boys.
Use your fucking
Yeah.
imagination.
Well,
Any
here's the
color.
other part. I don't like cotton candy. It's not very good. Not a fan.
Just say a color you like.
I like to be pink.
I'm gonna say
Pink.
pink.
There we go.
Pink.
All right, Lawrence, should I read the Nature Box pre-roll first?
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. NatureBox. Go to naturebox.com/inside. INSIDE for 50% off your first month of healthy treats.
I was gonna say
from Nature
one would
Box.
argue that the opposite of cotton candy would be something
would
you'd
be
find in
Nature
Nature Box.
Hey, good question. Good segue. You're smarter than me.
So make sure you go to naturebox.com/INSIDE for 50% off your first month. Lawrence actually bought his own Nature Box
Yeah.
and enjoys it very much.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with him losing his voice.
No.
Not at all.
He got sick because his girlfriend is German or something. I don't know.
Is that what?
No.
Did she get you sick, Lawrence?
She is German, but she did go to Germany.
Oh, she's German? I didn't know that.
Does she ever dig into your Nature Box treats? Yeah,
Euphemism?
not
We're
yet.
getting more experimental.
Don't let her.
Yeah, no.
Don't let her.
He hit it. He hit it from
Good.
us.
You
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, definitely.
You're too tasty.
All right, first topic on the Inside Gaming pod. This is a podcast, right? Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing?
Yes.
The podcast?
The podcast.
The podcast. So, over the weekend, not hackers, but people decided to DDoS
Lizard Squad.
the Lizard Squad.
Reporting for duty.
Supposedly decided, well, we don't know if it was even them, decided to DDoS the PSN, Xbox Live, League of Legends, Battle.net. What else? Anything else?
I think those were the main ones. Like they were just going around.
You know, they were on
doing-
Twitch for a little bit.
Yeah, they were going after like certain female casters. I mean, like, write Lizard Squad on your forehead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're dealing with an elite group of mercenaries here.
And because we already covered this in one of our Inside Gaming Dailies, but we basically said that they're not hackers. They just paid to have a service DDoS all of these other services, meaning send a bunch of packets over the internet to them, and the servers that they have, like PSN and Xbox Live, can't handle all those packets all at once.
Yeah.
So then they just shut down. The servers just shut down, and then that's it. So like nothing was stolen, no information or anything like that.
They
nothing
didn't gain
was
access to anything.
No, nothing was actually
They just
hacked.
overloaded.
It just went down.
Yeah, that was actually the message from PSN. I believe this. Oh, that guy just killed himself. I don't want to live in this world.
Okay,
God.
I'm off.
He's like, I don't want to live in a world without PSN. He's like, no, it's back online. Too late.
One of my favorite thoughts about this, and anytime this happens, is how they do it.
Yeah.
And it succeeds, and then the news reports on it, and then they all high five and they're like, "Yeah, we did it, Lizard Squad!" And then they sit back in their chairs, and then they continue not getting laid.
Well, nothing. Yeah, they didn't show anything. I mean, like I said, we reported on how they said, well, if Sony had more servers, then they could handle this DDoS attack. And I totally disagree. Any server, doesn't matter how fucking big it is or how much money you spent on it, will go down if you spent enough money on your DDoS attack.
Well,
and it doesn't take that much.
Also, has there been a recent rash of complaints about Sony's servers not being able to handle the players?
No, there hasn't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's that weird mentality. It's the kind of like anonymous thing, you know, like we are Legion, we don't forgive, we don't forget, that sort of thing. But then like some 14-year-old sees that because no one knows who's in charge of anonymous or whatever. And then they're like, I am Legion, and they use their webcam and like their email addresses behind them because they're idiots. And it's just a bunch of, there's a lot of just impersonators of people who just don't know what they're doing. And the dumbest thing out of all this, so, you know, going along with the story, it's not so much that the DDoS thing was the big deal, it was that they called in a bomb threat.
Right, that's right. I forgot about that part.
So,
the most important part.
So even if the DDoS thing, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's always just like, okay, sure, whatever. You know, you inconvenienced some people you have a entertainment device for a weekend at the most. Okay, cool. But you called in a goddamn bomb threat.
Yeah, on the SOE president, right?
Yeah. Or of SOE.
Yeah.
John Smedley, I believe.
Yeah.
And you're crossing a line when you do that because I'm sure with the DDoS thing, you're like, oh, it's all fun and games, no one gets hurt, and no one's going to get hurt with a bomb threat. But it's the same reason why you don't go to an airport and scream, I have a bomb.
Well, they diverted the plane. So, I mean, like, there was a lot of obviously really panicked people on that flight if they told them what actually happened. I mean, who knows if they did, but...
Can you imagine the stewardess explaining that? Ladies and gentlemen, some angry children.
Some nerds.
Turns out it was Lizard Squad.
Yeah, Lizard Squad has asked that John Smedley write Lizard Squad on his forehead and fix the PSN servers, otherwise they're going to blow up the plane. And everyone is looking at each other, freaking the fuck out, desperately trying to open the door.
I would be flipping out. If I was on a plane and somebody called it a bomb threat to the plane, I'd be flipping out, man. That would scare the shit out of me.
Especially when you're hearing words like Lizard Squad and Smedley and servers.
It's like, did he say Crimson Jihad? No, he said Lizard Squad.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
never mind.
All right.
Another important point to add to this is that it may not have been Lizard Squad. Apparently their Twitter was blowing up about like, oh, they did this, they did that. And people on Reddit were saying that it could have been this other guy, Famed God. So it's not even clear that it was Lizard Squad. So that's sort of like, of all the things to take credit for and fake take credit for, it's a DDoS attack, and that may not even be them. But they were the ones that did call in the bomb threat, correct? Isn't that? I think we confirmed.
So from
Didn't
what
they take credit for it?
They took credit for the bomb threat, which is
well, they were trying to take credit for the DDoS, and then Fame God or someone called them out, and then to make up for it, they called in a bomb threat. Like look how badass we are.
Fuck.
And or something. They didn't
We'll show them.
The thing is too, also like they didn't really call it a bomb threat. It's a tweet saying we heard there might be a bomb on there, and
nice.
it did divert the
Well,
flight.
that's a bomb threat. I mean, like,
Yeah,
they
it's
tweeted a
a
bomb
modern
threat.
day bomb threat.
Yeah, they definitely tweeted a bomb
The
threat.
phone rings on the plane. Hello, is this the stewardess of flight 70203? It is. Might be a bomb on there. Gotta go.
That is not cool. So anyways, obviously, I guess the other issue we're talking about is modern gaming now, I guess, under attack for this kind of stuff, since everything's online, since all these servers can go down kind of at the drop of a hat if 500 kids organize themselves. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Are we worried about this? Am I worried about? I'm not worried about this.
I mean, I'm not worried about it. This is just kind of the natural growing pains of anything.
Yeah.
Like you have these groups. It's part of it.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, like just like having cable, just like having a cell phone, which goes down almost daily in terms of cable or my cell phone. Like, yeah, it sucks. I pay for the service and it shouldn't go down, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's just part of living in this modern age.
The difference, though, is there are not people actively going out of their way to
bring
make
it
sure you're
down.
not getting cell service at the Beyonce
Of course,
concert.
yeah, no, of course.
That's just how it is.
But what I'm saying is I'm used to it. So it's
Sure.
not. So it's like if PSN doesn't work one day, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
It doesn't. It's like,
But
okay.
imagine if there was some kid who is actively using some kind of device or paying a Chinese farm to bring your cell phone down
Well,
because they were mad at Verizon.
I play a little game with myself where I say, do I still have clean running water?
Right, exactly.
I do. Oh, good.
you have a
I
roof?
can stop worrying.
Yeah, you have a
good.
roof over your head.
I'm gonna be okay.
Everything's fine. Yeah. No, I know. So it's. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. If it only lasts for a couple days, like when the PSN was hacked, was it 2 years ago?
No, more than that.
It was more than that. When all of their like everybody's information was stolen.
No, yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like because that's and it was down for like 5 weeks and stuff like that.
It's funny because I recall we shot an IG Daily episode that was like when we first started, I think in like 2010.
amusement park.
or something like that. I'm following the waypoint, goddamn. But I remember doing that episode, and we were originally going to start playing Netflix in the background as like a video, just to play in the background of what we were doing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And the PSN went down, and it was that morning. I remember like, can't get online. Weird.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then as we were filming the episode, like shit just started blowing up. They're like everything's down.
Yeah.
It's funny. I feel like I may be remembering this incorrectly, but I feel like this was around the time where the PlayStation 3 was gaining momentum again.
Yeah.
Like in the scheme of things, it had been Xbox 360 as the default gaming console for a long time,
Right.
but this is when it was like, it made sense to also have a PlayStation 3 or just choose that one instead. And then this happened, and it was just like this. Everyone was like, "Oh, I told
No way
you,
am I buying a
I
PlayStation
told you,
3."
no
Yeah, no.
way."
Yeah.
It's like
Well, I
that's
think-
why I play 360. It's like they flipped a coin and they figured out where they wanted to go.
I remember this was around the time they were, it was like 3.55 firmware, the custom firmware had come out. It was GeoHot, or whatever his name, who's still around actually. He just released like an Android hack that was really interesting called Tailroot, which like makes it really easy to like hack your phone. It's kind of crazy. But he hacked or a few people, different people hacked the custom firmware on the PlayStation, and people were flipping out because you like pirate games and like play NES and all this stuff on your PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then the whole server went down. It was like this weird thing where you're right, James, where like all of a sudden Sony was like doing a lot of good, and then all of a sudden like all these things hit at one time, and it was like I would have committed suicide if I had worked at Sony at that time.
So
Like,
really?
it would have been a headache.
Yeah, seppuku. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I would have
Harakiri.
Well, the story there is that Sony had a lot of security vulnerabilities back then.
Yeah.
Now that isn't what a DDoS shows. It doesn't. That doesn't show that you have a security vulnerability in the sense that like passwords and usernames and stuff aren't getting stolen. It's just again, it's just a bunch of kids that organized an attack.
This is an interesting question. Is there any benefit to this? For them saying, like, this one's different because all they did, we can't prepare for a situation like this, but hacks like that, are those good? Because then it's like, well, now we know we can get hacked so we could protect it, but then at the same time it's like, but if you didn't hack it, we wouldn't have to worry about the protection so bad.
Well, it sounds like from what Bruce is saying, it's like that's inevitable. If you want to do it, you'll do it because you're just overloading a server. That's just something that happens.
Well, it's an arms race. It's basically what happens is like Sony's like, all right, well, you know what I'll do? I'll buy 500 more servers.
Yeah.
We'll put those servers up, and then 500 more kids buy another DDoS attack, and they do it in a year.
Yeah.
So it's like a once a year thing or whatever. It's just an arms race. That's all it is. again, it doesn't really necessarily show a vulnerability on Sony's part or Xbox's part or whatever. That it's not a it's
I was gonna say that's not gonna last forever.
yeah, so that's not a huge deal, I don't think.
Okay.
But
I think ultimately, I think what it is just people want internet fame. Is that what it is?
I want internet. You want internet fame, right?
Yeah.
I want to be Lizard Squad. Don't you want to be Lizard Squad?
Yeah.
God no.
I guess I do.
That's why Lawrence isn't talking. He's part of Lizard Squad.
Are you taking the vow of Lizard Squad silence?
Let's talk about something else.
Oh, okay. He's changing the subject as he throws on his lizard jacket, puts on his lizard shades.
That sounds cool.
Their theme song is the theme from Denver, the Last Dinosaur.
I don't know what that is. How does it go?
They're so cool.
Denver, the last dinosaur.
I still don't know it.
He's our friend and a whole lot more.
Still don't know it.
Denver, the last dinosaur. The second part of the song, and that's all I know.
It escapes me too.
Lawrence also put a bullet on there about the DDoS attacks. Is older gaming better because there's no patches, there's no worrying about the internet, there's no blah blah blah. I mean, like,
Absolutely not.
okay, I was gonna say, can we all say no to that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
I still hear that. I still hear people saying like, "Oh, I don't have to patch my game."
That's like saying, was the world better with before internet?
No.
No, it fucking sucks.
Sound like Captain Adama.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah.
is necessary.
Cylons attacked this one time. No networks.
Yeah.
But Lawrence is correct. People are still complaining about this. They're going to complain about it forever and ever and ever. They're called Luddites. That's what they do. So it's not
Sounds biblical.
It does kind of sound biblical, but they're just people that hate technology.
Listen, I saw Transcendence this weekend.
Oh, how was it?
And they have a group of terrorists called Unplugged. And what they do is they hate AI. They're like real young, cool people, like hipsters, but they hate artificial intelligence. And they're prepared to kill anyone that stands in their way. And it's interesting because they hate artificial intelligence because they think it'll take over and kill people. So
Right.
they kill a bunch of people to prevent that from
That
happening.
doesn't make any sense.
I guess there's some holes in their logic.
Was this movie good or?
It wasn't as terrible as it seemed like it was going to be.
Okay.
It looks very stale. The whole visual style was very stale, and it's the DP of Inception and
Oh.
Christopher Nolan's films. So you would think it would be a lot better. Johnny Depp phones it in,
Of course.
and
Literally, because isn't he just online the entire
yeah,
time?
he's online
Not
most of the
Skype.
time as an AI.
Yeah.
But other than that, it isn't really that bad. I recommend it for watching on a plane or when you can't escape.
When you can't leave where you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, if you ever find yourself in a hostage situation, watch Transcendence.
Did you ever see Surrogates?
Surrogates.
No.
I never did with Bruce Willis.
Oh, I did. So
great.
I had to watch that with Phil.
I had to
You
watch
should-
that with.
Well, because
Wait,
we
he was
used
like, "I'll make you watch Transcendence if you
Kinda.
don't watch this."
this was back when there was only like 4 or 5 people in the office. One of them was Phil,
Uh-huh.
and he asked, "Hey, who wants to see Surrogates?" We're all kind of making fun of him, like, "No one wants to see Surrogates. Looks stupid, so dumb." And then we used kind of an embarrassing photo of him in one of the episodes of Inside Gaming, and he just walked in my office and looked at me and goes, "We on for this weekend?" I go, "Yes."
Yes, my love. Yes, my love.
And we went and saw it, and I bought one of those giant Cokes,
Uh-huh.
and about half of it was rum.
Small, by the way.
Yeah. I believe I passed out during the movie.
Well, no shit.
So it was actually really funny too
good,
because I don't know if you've seen the movie Surrogate. Oh no, no one has seen it.
Nope.
Sorry. But the idea is that you can become anyone you want to, and Bruce Willis chooses to be himself with a hairpiece,
I like it.
and then I think everyone just kind of like dies at the end.
Cool.
And that's when I woke up.
Lawrence, did we miss anything about this the hacker story other than the bullets we went through?
You missed my very important opinion.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I've read a lot of discussion on the internet, basically the Luddites you were talking about. I think it's easy to forget that any system is prone to fault. So old gaming systems weren't perfect. You know, you had to blow in Nintendo cartridges.
Oh yeah,
A CD would get scratched and your $60 would be gone.
that's true.
So modern gaming, some 20-year-old can pool his money and knock out PSN for a couple days. You can still play your games. Maybe you can't message people, maybe you can't get trophies, but it is still a lot better than it used to be.
I actually got a question for you. How much is it? Like, for example, if I wanted to go and buy a server in China to DDoS something, how much could I pay to proxy a server for an hour and send them packets and try and bring them down?
It's a good question.
Yeah, because I've used actually DDoS utilities.
Careful now, Bruce. Careful.
I have, but it
Careful.
was for college.
You're showing your scales.
It was all white hat.
That's what they call showing your scales.
It was all white hat. So like we were doing it just to do it and see like if we could bring down this this one IP.
Like, giving it a cute nickname doesn't make it right.
Basically, if you pinged, like if you ping a computer's IP with a couple of DDoS proxies, then you'll bring them down. You'll bring down that computer, and the internet won't work. The whole thing will shut down. So I wondered how much it was to like how much money did they spend on their own for the Lizard? I understand the Lizard Squad has unlimited funds, but
their pockets run deep.
Their pockets really run.
They have their hands, their tendrils stretch across the land.
It wouldn't be tendrils, wouldn't they be like scaling arms?
Scaling
arms?
Yeah. They'd be tiny T-Rex like
T-Rex
hands,
arms.
and they'd be fumbling with it.
They're replaceable tails.
Yes,
Oh, that's a
and everything.
They just spread across the land.
Lawrence, are you looking that up?
I had an iguana growing up for a while, and he never got really that big, but he was a pretty good-sized iguana. And the first thing I learned is that you can take their tails off and they'll grow back.
Okay.
And I swear to you, I didn't want to hurt that animal, but I always stared right at the base of his tail and said, one good tug and you're going to drop this tail, aren't you? I never did. I'm not that cruel, but...
I saw a kid once do that where he picked up, I think it was a lizard by its tail, and its tail just popped right off.
And it was, the thing is, the tail looked very muscular, very strong, and I was like, but I know you're not.
And just stare at it.
Yeah.
I know you're not.
They're taunting me.
Lawrence, do you have an answer? If not, it's okay. I have an iguana story. Okay, so I have an iguana story.
All right, good.
A friend of mine had an iguana, and he only had him. His name was like Jub or something. He only had him for like a few months.
Yeah.
And he got really sick. I don't know how you can tell an
The
iguana.
iguana? You can tell. Actually, they get pale and sick looking.
Well, he didn't. He moved even less than normal.
Yeah.
And to kill, because they had to put the iguana out of its misery. And so what they did was they took it out back. They put it on a wood stump.
Oh my god!
And they couldn't shoot a gun because it was in Santa Barbara. So they put it on a wood stump and they left Jub there. And I remember watching him.
Oh, they
do
left
this.
him die?
They put him there, put Jub down, and I saw him pick up a shovel. And he had picked up a shovel, and I walked around the corner.
Yeah.
And I hear a. And instead of cutting its head off, he smashed its head.
Yeah, I guess he just smashed
and he
it.
had to hit it like 2 or 3 times. I felt really bad for Jub. But he was sick, and they put him out of his misery.
Reminds me of, have you ever tried to kill a catfish?
No, I haven't tried to kill any creature.
Well, no. So my family owns a farm in southern Illinois. It's like a soybean farm.
Brag about it, why don't you?
I don't like this place. It's scary. They're ultra religious. They're a little freaky. Their cornbread's fantastic.
Is there a barn that if you move the hay out of the way, there's a door and you're like, open it, but then you're like, what's down there?
And they keep humans?
It turns out it's a place to store humans or Superman's suit.
That's what I went to Superman's suit.
Is that Walter White?
I think it is Walter White.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, so they have a little pond. It's like a man-made pond. And they have filled it up with fish. And they would catch their own dinner, basically. They're like, oh, go to the pond and catch catfish. Yeah, so
they go noodling.
Yeah, so my uncle, whatever, out there is like, whatever. He got this catfish, and we have it on home video somewhere. It's one of the freakiest things I remember. But they put an ice pick through its head. Thing didn't die for like 45 minutes.
It takes a while.
And there's just footage of it going...
Yeah, it's still gasping for air.
He's fighting.
And no air, ice pick through its head. Thing's a fighter.
Yep. Catfish, they're very hard to kill.
Yeah.
They
call me the catfish. That's my nickname. Here he comes, and I come out.
What is that? What's that?
That's me throwing that's me making sure my sleeves don't get caught up on myself. Right?
Any verdict on how much DDoS is?
I found a bunch of websites that have like Illuminati pyramids everywhere.
It's funny if it's like you type in how much for DDoS and then it's like, come over here to NSA.gov.
I know. You're on a watch list. You're on a watch list.
He went to the Treasury, Department of Treasury.
A lot of ads for Bitcoin casinos too.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
But no, I didn't see a dollar amount.
Oh, okay.
I think they don't advertise that stuff.
I'm really interested just to see. I may do some.
You gotta know a guy who knows a guy who has that guy's email address.
They're all on the Lizard
Or
Squad.
Craigslist mostly.
There's some kids who did it at their high school.
Should we do the mid-roll now? Or move on to the next topic? What do you think?
A little early, but yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm really sad.
Why?
I'm really, really sad.
Yeah.
Can you guess why?
Because that catfish?
I'll give you one. Well, that made me sad.
Yeah.
I'll give you another guess.
Because of that iguana.
Damn it!
Jub.
That made me sad too. No, we're out of Nature Box.
Yeah, we are actually out.
We are out of the Nature Box. They sent us a bunch, and now we're totally out. Right? There's none left. Does anybody have any?
He just downed a bag.
He had one. What was left of some sort of bag.
So this is my plea to Nature Box. Maybe send us another box.
Well,
please.
Lawrence should bring in the Nature Box stuff that he has, and then give it to us.
Can you do that? Well, he pays for his own.
Yeah.
So we're just stealing his Nature
Holy
Box.
shit! I just got a crazy idea. What if we did an office Nature Box order? And we just had them send it to the office, and we just all chip in and share a Nature Box.
Why haven't we done that?
That is not a bad idea.
That's a really good idea.
Why haven't we done that right now?
We would have to go to naturebox.com/inside for 50% off our first month.
It's a INSIDE.
Yes.
That's what you go to. Hold on. Naturebox.com/
INSIDE.
All right.
Actually, I that was a good segue into Nature Box. But maybe we should actually do that.
Well, of course. Yeah, no, I know
it wouldn't really be that.
Well,
it's not expensive at all.
You sound sarcastic, but I don't think you're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic.
I
think it might actually be a really good idea since we've gotten so used to having Nature Box here.
Lawrence, do they come once a month? Is that what happens? Okay. All right.
Yes.
Lawrence, I love hearing the titles of the food in Nature Box. What's your favorite? What's your favorite food? The Pop Gym Pop?
It sounds like the names we come up with on our live
It's the Yucca Flower Jam Bellies.
It's like blueberry razzmatazz.
Sage Parsley Jenga sauce?
Do they have any Vegemite flavored Nature Box
Absolutely
items?
not. Nature Box
I was going to say,
good stuff.
They're like, listen, we make everything delicious, but we can't do it with Vegemite.
No,
So what is up with that? Okay, so I first heard about Vegemite years ago
when you're listening to Down Under by Men at Work.
Well, obviously that, but it was actually Yahtzee from The Escapist, who did Zero Punctuation, talks about how great Vegemite is. It's the greatest thing in the world. I'm like, oh wow, I really got to try this stuff. And everyone's on the fence right now. I haven't had it yet, but half the people in this office have had it. All of our fans from Australia.
What half?
In this office.
Well, like Elliot and you
guys.
and that was it.
You guys all had it, and you
Lawrence,
said it was
Elliot, and I all had it and said it was terrible.
No,
right. That's what I mean.
So where's the other half?
People online, like our fan base, so you got to try it. It's
Are
most
the
amazing-
Australians?
Yes.
Who basically have the option of eating Vegemite or dirt, which is partly Vegemite.
They can only eat dirt? I didn't know
I don't know.
that.
Unless they want to put a spike through a catfish's head.
That sounds good.
Whoa, what happened there? You made her dance.
No, you can't have any Vegemite. Well, the Vegemite's here, right? He can have some if he wants.
Yeah, you can taste it.
Well, I've been told that I have to try it like a very specific way. Like, I have to have it on buttered toast.
Yeah.
It must be a Tuesday.
And it only has to be a fraction of Vegemite, not enough to taste.
In closing,
Wait, what?
we'll order a Nature Box for the office.
I think we should get a Nature Box for the office.
We'll definitely do that.
Because this Vegemite is not going to do the trick.
No.
That's for damn sure.
Terrible. Why are you trying to hit that woman? What's
I just
going
want
on?
to see what happens.
Nothing, you can't.
On to the next topic.
Go on.
Amazon buying Twitch.
I thought Google was buying Twitch.
No.
Oh.
There was an antitrust thing,
Oh, right.
and Lawrence accurately described the fact that if, for example, the government brought an antitrust suit against YouTube and Twitch, that there is a breakup fee for starting the acquisition, and Google would be able to pay that breakup fee no problem. Twitch, however, would not. Because they don't have tons and tons of money, I'm assuming.
Let me just point out how smart it is to have a breakup fee in a situation like this, because it discourages large conglomerates from doing it just until the government catches wind and then going like, okay, we'll stop.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I would agree. I would totally agree. So Google is not buying Twitch. Amazon has, I believe it's official now, right? Amazon has bought Twitch. I think it's actually happening.
Yeah.
Go to Vegas.
Because I don't think the government can step in on this one. Because I don't think it has anything to do with antitrust, right? Because the letter from the CEO of Twitch was pretty clear.
Yeah, I don't see how it could really.
Yes, in our cursory.
Oh my God!
What?
Did you see the waypoint I just set?
Oh no.
We're going cross country, boys.
Let me drive.
Okay.
Well,
here's the first thing. Who the hell saw that coming?
Nobody.
Like, Amazon came out of nowhere. But the funny thing is, when you stop and think about it, it makes the most sense.
Sure.
Like from a logistical point of view, of like, okay, well, Amazon's really into gaming and stuff. But like, if you were to ask me who are the top 5 companies who would buy Twitch, I would not have said.
No, I never would have
Amazon.
guessed. I never would have guessed Amazon.
It would have probably been number 6.
Well, Amazon bought Zappos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Zappos?
Yeah, the shoe website.
Distributor.
They would have bought Twitch.
Zappos buys
I'm
Twitch.
just saying Amazon is prone to buying their way into markets that you would never think they would want to get into.
Which makes them a smart business.
Absolutely. They bought Woot, for all things.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
But those ones at least made sense. They were retailers. Twitch is one of those places that's like, it's hard to tell what its potential will be.
Yeah. It's just like YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, in the same way, like Oculus, where it's like, you would think like, okay, there's some potential here, but then someone plops $2 billion on it, and you go, well, holy crap. Like, this is the future. If someone's willing to put that much money into it, at least you believe so, until maybe it's not. But like what you're talking about, Amazon buying into a market that they don't, understand, maybe?
Right.
Is that a good thing? Or do you think they understand it more than we think they do?
I think Amazon has not railroaded their way into any market. They'll buy into a market, and then from an outsider's perspective, they seem content to let what works keep working, and just take their check.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the perfect example is IMDb, which makes sense because it's like, oh, it's a movie database. How the hell is I going to make money other than ads? Well, if a retailer who sells movies is there and you're looking up information on movies and trivia and they go, hey, why don't you buy Dark Knight? And you go, oh, okay, why not? Like that, at least the mental gymnastics there didn't take, oh, that sucks. It wasn't too complicated to get there.
Well, and that's why it makes a lot of sense for games, is because you could just have those referral links on Twitch. Yeah. You just click through to buy the game. I mean, that's another simple one.
What this makes me believe even more right now is that this is going to lead towards what I've been hoping for on the new consoles is digital storefronts. I think it's kind of silly right now that Sony and Microsoft control all the sales. Like if you want to get the download game, Microsoft and Sony are the retailers. You can't be Amazon and be like, I want to put my app on your system and be able to, sell. It's like right now on a PC you could have Uplay, Origin. I mean, everything is on there. You can buy games digitally from a very large handful of places. Right now with Microsoft, Sony, it's only from them, and they control it. And so you
can buy digital game codes, PlayStation game codes from Amazon.
Yeah, but I know, but it's Amazon buying from Sony. That's what I mean. Sony is still controlling that digital marketplace. I see. But I'm saying if other retailers online were able to sell their inventory,
and they take a cut of the game.
Yeah, but obviously Sony and Microsoft don't want that. They want to control those systems. But now, I mean, Amazon might actually have a bit more leverage saying, listen, we control Twitch, which is integrated on both consoles, and we can sell through better than you can.
Yeah.
Let's talk. And so now it might be a thing where, I know Microsoft already does it, where it's like, you can buy this game on Twitch or whatever, but now the fact that Amazon owns it, they're probably going to have a lot stronger talks in terms of how those games are going to be sold, and it might not be sold through the Microsoft store so much. It might be through Amazon. You might be getting better deals.
I feel like this is all super interesting to us, but I feel like the kids are all worried about what's going to happen to Twitch when Amazon buys it.
Yeah.
And I mean, are they is it not gonna monetize as well? Will it be harder to watch streams and so forth? I don't think it will be. I think it's gonna be much, much easier because Amazon's got billions of dollars to throw at it. And also the whole copyright thing. As usual, copyright ends up being the biggest worry for a lot of, your favorite Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers and stuff like that.
Also, I know our numbers, how they work, but from what I've seen, it would be hard to support. It would be hard to have Twitch support, take the place of a job for the amount of money that it pays out.
Right.
So I don't see the monetization getting worse, that's for sure.
I don't think so either. I think you're right. I think the referral links on Amazon, if they start doing that, are just going to only add to the the coffers of Twitch streamers.
Right.
Here's kind of the future that I envision. You'll be watching Twitch on your Xbox or your PlayStation, and it will start to notice that, okay, you've been watching Call of Duty a lot. And if you watch like more than 5 or 6 hours, it starts downloading Call of Duty for you. And then maybe once it's finished downloading and maybe once the stream stops, it's like, hey, if you slap me $30, you can play it right now.
Right.
And then you just hit OK because your payment information is already in the console. And then bam, it just loads up Call of Duty. And it's right there on your console ready to be played. And the streamer that you were watching basically gets a referral bonus because he basically converted a sale off of you. So I think it's
that would be. I think that's actually the interesting part where Amazon could rely on the sympathies of viewers and communities who are saying like, listen, this guy makes okay money streaming. You're supporting his lifestyle, or this is taking the place of a job, but he'll actually make more money if you buy the game that he's playing. And that actually leads me to, it's not a story we're covering, but the thing I read today, that EA is now reprinting Skate 3 because of how popular the game has become because PewDiePie started playing it. Like, that's insane that someone can influence the industry like that. And that.
What about Chaser?
I believe sales have jumped 10,000%.
Yeah.
Thanks to me, someone created a change.org petition to make Psychonauts 2.
And how's it doing?
It has one backer.
That's pretty good. Was it you?
Nope, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't you. Okay.
Someone else.
But regardless, it's interesting that communities or a community around a personality, can essentially bring a game back to life through retail.
I think that's why Amazon bought Twitch, is because they saw that potential.
Yeah.
The one thing I'm worried about with Amazon is they've tried to buy themselves into a lot of different industries. For example, they got the Kindle Fire phone, and that Fire TV device, and
just recently the phone.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Sorry. Well, you said there's the Kindle Fire tablet, and then there's the Kindle Fire phone.
That's right. Yeah,
it's a confusing naming convention.
Okay. And then there's also the tablet and all that other stuff. But that always seems like they're kind of like dipping their toe in it and like checking it out to see.
Right.
The one thing that has stuck with Amazon is the e-reader, and they when they first started with the Kindle. I remember reviewing the first Kindle, and all of us were being like, "This is really strange. Why would they ever do this?" Because they gave you access to a 3G network for free with that Kindle. Yeah. And for about 4 generations into the Kindle, people were finally buying it. So it took about 4 to 5 years. Since Twitch already has the technology, it's already in place, everything's there. I feel like their adoption rate into Twitch should only take about a year. I'm hoping that they don't buy it, try a few things, and then abandon it. I hope they don't do that. I hope they kind of like stick their teeth in it.
I feel like I've heard this before, and I don't have any sources to cite it at the moment. But I've heard that Amazon operates at a loss.
That's what I've heard too. Yes,
they sell things cheaper than they can afford because they are planning on having that consumer base forever.
Right.
They're building customer allegiance, and so
if you can afford to do that, it works really well.
Yeah. If you have the money, so.
Well, they've done that with me. Like I've been using Amazon Prime for a while. I think it was St. Anders got me into it when I first started building my PCs. Like, you should really do Prime because it will just pay for itself and shipping costs alone. And I was like, no, it won't. And then I did the math and went, okay, you're right. And I've just been using it ever since. And yeah, I think like you're saying, it's like they have built. I have loyalty now where it's like I think I was just telling you the other day. Like, I bought Bluetooth headphones. I bought them at 11 o'clock at night. And then it showed up the next morning.
Dude, that's crazy.
And I was like, this is weird. Like, this is taking the place of retail for me.
It's the closest thing to having a 3D printer.
Amazon
Prime.
The best description, actually, I think it was Will Wright, who was doing a keynote. And then he was saying that, like, holodecks exist right now. There's a 2-day delay. And it's Amazon. So he's like, I go to the computer, I say what I want. It takes 2 days to process, but then it'll be at my front door. And it's like, that window is getting shorter and shorter to the point where, yes, it will just be an actual holodeck, and it, like a 3D printer or something, will just materialize what you want. Like, it's that whole joke of like, you wouldn't download a car. It's like, I might.
Yeah, I would.
I might actually be able to download a car in the future in my garage. I'll just like, oh, you want a new car? Yeah, I'll download it.
Well, they also just bought a bunch of drones for their Amazon drone service. And actually, it's funny because when they announced that, everyone's like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then I think it was like a month later.
And then they started mounting guns on it.
Well, 2 months later, they were like, they discontinued it. They're like, we were wrong. Like, this is going to take a lot longer than we thought.
Oh, no shit.
So yeah, no, I know. And that's so I'm hoping that's not what happens to Twitch. Right. I mean, like.
Well, the good thing about Twitch is it's already done.
Exactly.
It's already
there. Should be a
there.
really easy integration.
If anything, I know they should be making improvements to it, hopefully, to their streaming service. I don't know how they do that. That's technology that's far beyond me of how live streaming works. It works okay for us. The fact that it even exists and it was an independent company for so long is mind-blowing.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
Yeah, for that much bandwidth, and it's like, it's sucking up, what did they say? It's sucking up like 1 to 2% of like all the Earth's bandwidth. That's insane.
We need more bandwidth.
The Lizard Squad is on its way. Send the drones.
Yeah.
A couple of interesting angles that stick out to me. The first is
I don't think you can go a certain distance. Yeah, you have to do missions.
Sorry, go ahead, Lawrence.
Yeah,
You have to do this.
We've talked about how it might change Twitch, but what I'm thinking is like for Amazon Video, you could see popular games being streamed listed right next to TV shows or something like that.
Well, that's something we've been actually saying for a while. That like, it'd be cool to see Inside Gaming or something on something like Amazon or Hulu or something like that. Like that would be cool, or like a digital service like that. And because for me, like those sort of things have always been kind of the future anyway. On-demand video. That's like clearly. That's why I like the workspace we're in so much. Just because anything I want to watch, I can just watch it when I want. That's what's cool. By the way, James, you have to do a mission. You have to go.
I'm doing it. I thought this is the mission, no?
No.
So you look at
You
like
drove
games,
past
Well,
it.
where the fuck is the mission?
They could list popular streams on that page and say, are you on the fence about buying this? Watch it be played right now. And the other thing that occurs to me is for esports, which is a big part of Twitch, I think sponsorships and integrations become much more interesting if the platform holder is now owned by Amazon. So say you have a Dota 2 tournament, and that can now be sponsored by any number of products. Like snack foods have always kind of been the go-to, but like mice, keyboards. With Amazon in the mix now, you can say, just from Dota 2, from the main screen, hit this button, and this keyboard that this pro player uses will be at your house in less than a minute.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really curious. I would like to see their design document or their buyout document of like the guy who convinced the CEO,
why it's a good.
why, like this is what we could do, and it probably has like descriptions like that. I'm really curious what is going on in their mind, and like
I think
it'd be cool to fast forward 5 years to see what it looks like.
One word. Claymation.
Oh,
And then it just cuts to him getting thrown out of the front of the building.
I think that deck probably said, this is Twitch's viewership. This is the demographic that comes to Amazon. And it was like 2 giant bricks that matched up perfectly. It's like, if you want to buy your way into the 18 to 24,
Stop at it.
just buy Twitch.
hit A.
And suddenly we have a promotional arm that touches an audience we can't touch right now.
I guess the thing too, what just surprised me so much about the whole thing was Google made the most sense because they've been trying to get into live streaming and it just hasn't been working, and they don't really understand gaming in the sense that they should at this point. And Twitch is all about it, and it was just like Twitch. It was the missing piece of YouTube. And I was like, oh, this would make perfect sense. Integrate YouTube streaming technology, and it's so perfect. That's right. And they even started doing the thing. I think it even happens on our channel, where if someone you can link your Twitch channel to YouTube, and it says I'm live streaming right now. So the potential hundreds of thousands of people who are watching your videos now will get a pop-up that says I'm live streaming. Go over here, and you're like, this is perfect. Like this makes so much sense. And then the buyout didn't happen, and it was very confusing. And I'm sure someone's angry about it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think part of the reason, part of what you're describing is why they weren't able to do it, because of the
Do you think it would have been an antitrust thing?
I mean, I could see how. I think it's smart business that they perceive that it may be a problem, and then I guess Twitch especially perceived that it might be a problem and knew that they wouldn't be able to, or might not want to support those kinds of that aftermath if that's the case. So it behooves them either way, right? They're getting $1 billion payout.
Well, I think I always preach this, that competition is good, and if this means that Amazon now owns a competitor to YouTube, it just forces both parties to work harder.
Yeah.
And so maybe a lot of people got angry with the Content ID thing on YouTube. So maybe now with that with the $970 billion, they can actually start building out a better video on demand infrastructure, and maybe they start growing their own MCN. They have their own sales team that's selling ads, and people can start making a living on Amazon now, Amazon Twitch, whatever you want to call it, as opposed to YouTube or both places. That's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, as long as the gaming community wins, it's a win for everybody.
Typical Mustang owner, you didn't do anything to the performance.
No, I didn't need to. It's a fast car. It's a 5.0. Should we do the next mid-roll or no?
Sure.
All right, Adam, it's all you.
Oh,
You got to scroll all the way down there.
all the way down. Which one? It's we're on this one.
Yeah.
We'd like to remind you that the Inside Gaming Podcast is brought to you by Hulu Plus. Hulu Plus is a digital online service that allows you to watch many, many sorts of entertainment. Movies, trailers, TV shows. I enjoy it. Lawrence enjoys it. I believe we were talking about a few of our favorite shows.
Yeah,
What's on there?
I mean, you can watch like The Daily Show, Family Guy, 24.
24, live another day. Watch them all. Watch them all.
Bob's Burgers
I was
is on
talking
there.
about,
It's excellent.
Some of my favorite movies are on there: Evil Dead, Hook, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, just to name a few.
Do they got any anime on there?
Why don't you tell me, James?
They have Bleach, Death Note, which I recently completed, Attack on Titan, which I think everyone here has seen in its entirety.
You bet.
So if you're weird like
you
James,
mentioned One Piece also.
Yes, they have One Piece. If you're weird like James and you like anime is also there. Actually, it is worth noting, my wife and I are watching Attack on Titan. I've already seen it. She has not. And this is the first anime series she's been watching.
What does she think?
You ever do something that's kind of embarrassing and your friends watch you do it? Like, I can watch anime by myself and I'm like, this is great. And I've grown up watching lots of versions of it. And Attack on Titan I felt like was very accessible, and rewatching I'm like, oh dear God. There's a lot of parts that, like, if you're not used to anime...
Oh yeah, it's total anime.
But well, kind of. It's pretty tame compared to, like, most things.
I don't know.
I've seen weirder things, but, like... I have to look over and be like, kind of like, I'm sorry, but it gets really good.
Yeah.
And so thankfully we got through, like, I think episode 4. Oh, I don't want to spoil it.
No,
Yeah,
please don't spoil it.
spoil
Talk
it.
about Hulu Plus.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go back to Hulu Plus.
Okay. If you want to watch Attack on Titan, sign up for Hulu Plus.
You can watch it on virtually any streaming device
that's right.
that
Yeah.
you already own. It's on pretty much
Yes.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of shows, so like Hulu Plus is a lot of things. You can watch current seasons, episodes, and every episode of a series, like Attack on Titan, which is all up there right now. Hulu Plus works virtually on any streaming device that you already own, which
Yeah.
James was saying. I don't think it works on my toaster yet.
It will.
It's getting there.
They're
It's
working
the way.
on it. I want to get to a point in my life where it doesn't matter what room I'm in. I can just watch it like it's on my mirror. It's on my smartwatch. It's on my face.
Yeah, it's on the way.
I mean, I know, it's on the phone. But the phone's not attached to me yet.
Well,
And that's what I want more.
I have. Okay, maybe this is a bad story to tell, but
Go ahead.
whenever I'm in my apartment, typically I have music playing out of my phone all the time because I carry it with me to whatever room I'm in.
All right.
So if I'm washing dishes, I'll get up and I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll go to my computer. I have in the past, like after I've taken a shower and I'm just walking around in my underwear, I have tucked my phone into the elastic band of my underwear.
Oh, man. Don't ever touch Lawrence's
never
phone.
touching your phone
Ever
again.
again.
Ugh.
It's
Can I
on
smell
the
it?
side.
well,
At any rate, yes, you could do that with Hulu Plus if you wanted.
Yeah, aren't we supposed to be talking about Hulu Plus?
literally anytime, anywhere,
Oh, God.
even in Lawrence's
Underpants?
underpants strap.
No, you ruined the rhyme.
Anyway, you can watch Hulu Plus anytime, anywhere. Hulu Plus is only $7.99 per month. You can go to huluplus.com/inside, and you'll get 2 weeks free. That's one more than usual since you're watching it through this podcast and you're helping support us. And that's why we love you guys. So please check it out when you get a chance and go watch Attack on Titan if you have not.
Well,
please,
I mean,
please watch it.
Even if anime isn't your thing, starting in September, Hulu Plus is going to have access to South Park's full
Oh, yeah, that's
archive
right.
and
That's
their new
right.
episodes. So,
There's an anime episode of South Park that's really
oh
good.
yeah, you can double up.
Let's Fighting Love.
This is very important.
Go ahead.
Very important, audience. Hulu Plus has cheaters. And they have the Joey Greco seasons of cheaters.
Didn't you dress up as, what's his name, Richard Grieco?
Joey Greco.
Joey. You dressed up as...
Rico.
I feel like things are being said, and then Adam's not hearing them, and then he's asking
Yeah.
the same question.
I'm
Didn't
sorry.
he get stabbed?
That was fake.
Arguably, yeah.
But you dressed up as him for Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Please show that picture.
Zombie him?
Yeah, okay.
This is with the stab.
No, he wasn't dead. It just
Oh,
got
oh.
stabbed.
But I believe with that, we're going to move over to some community stuff. That's worth
Yeah,
noting.
community time. Play the community theme song. We don't have a community theme song. That's it.
Oh, man. So our first comment is left by Amber Haas. Who says, I'm not a fangirl of Sony, but I tend to stick with Sony because they treat me right. The hardware does what I need it to do, and I like the Sony exclusives. But whenever I needed customer service or support from Sony, I have gotten outstanding service. I can actually attest to that. I did have a problem, and they did help me out, and that was nice. There was a time when I lost 2 digital movies I bought from PSN, and when I called, they had said it's not on my download list, and purchased them again. Blah, blah. But without even asking, they comped me for the 2 movies I lost. That's really nice. They may just be a company trying to get money, but at least they want to please their fans to earn that money. Well, no, I agree. It's the same way, like I've always said, the people who watch our stuff are supporting us. So never lash out or be angry at someone who supports you. Like, and people are allowed to have their opinions and be upset, but like, at the end of the day, you have to we're trying to do what's best for our people. Because we love you. Because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't, for you guys.
I never begrudge companies for being companies. I only begrudge companies for being bad companies.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I like when they're good.
I don't like the fuck you attitude. I don't like the, what are you going to do about it? We were just having a discussion earlier about taxi cabs.
Oh my God.
And how companies like Uber and Lyft are essentially putting them out of business, at least here in the US. And for the longest time, cabs have just run a monopoly.
Yep.
And if you've ever been in a cab in the US, it's typically the same problem. It's overpriced. They only take cash. They go out of their way to make sure you can't use your credit card. And they always get lost, and they take the longest route.
Well, the thing was, I was coming from the airport. I got in a cab for the first time since adopting Uber or Lyft, and it was twice as expensive as my ride to the airport.
Right.
And I was uncomfortable the whole way because they have this divider. It's digging into my knees.
No.
I got a notification from my phone after he had been driving for about 10 minutes that said, "Hey, did you know that there's a faster route?" Like, my phone, Google was notifying me.
So he was taking you
that, like,
taking
hey,
you for
did
a
you know
ride,
there's
is
a
what they
faster
call it.
route?
Yeah.
And so like he was dicking around, and I tried to pay with a credit card, and he was like, "You don't have cash? Come on, like, you don't have cash?" It's really just pisses me off.
I'm saying when there's that sort of thing, so like obviously Sony, Microsoft, YouTube channels, whatever, you have a choice. You have a choice in your entertainment. With the cabs, that's it. That's all you had. And so now that these competitors are coming in, things are better, and it's all about customer service, and it's all about, oh, hey, by the way, you're paying for a service. We should make you feel good. It should feel great. And you know what? We shouldn't just F you in the A, essentially.
What do those stand for?
It means fuck you in the ass.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was trying to be PG for the kids, even though I've probably already cursed like a sailor. Regardless.
Chapters in every state.
Long story short, we agree with you, Amber Haas.
You are correct.
Just
Sorry
for
to
context,
go on.
these comments came from the last podcast where we were discussing exclusivity.
Oh, right, yes.
And why
Right.
people might prefer one console over another. That comment was obviously, I like this company because they treat me well.
Gotcha.
Right.
And that's going to be the flavor on all these.
I felt good reading it out of context. Next up, this is from Connor Wolf. You guys are some of the best kind of YouTubers. You know how to
Dudes.
explain
Bros.
Brown-haired guys.
Bros.
white people.
Tall.
You know how to explain a variety of topics and can explain your own opinion in a way that makes sense. Thank you for the laughs and the continued entertainment. I don't know if what we do constitutes entertainment. I think it is a collection of lights flashing with
true.
noise happening around the same time.
That's very true.
It's the equivalent of dangling keys. And if you find enjoyment out of that, that's awesome. Because it means we can keep doing it, and I like that. No, in all seriousness, though,
Thanks,
you.
Connor.
I know these two guys behind me and Lawrence over there work extra hard so that you guys can have funny videos to watch.
Yeah, pick up the slack, Adam.
Come on, Adam. What have you been doing?
I cut the QA.
Oh, right.
Whoops.
You did an excellent
You're
job.
correct. You're correct.
I know. We enjoy making entertainment for you guys. We were just having a discussion today at lunch. I said, my worst day at Machinima is still better than my best day at G4 or fucking any other job I've had.
Yeah.
Like, I can never complain about what we do, and it's freaking awesome. If the worst part is you got to deal with people who hate you in an online way.
Like Connor!
Sure. I love Connor. I've developed a thick skin, so that's fine. But thank you.
Let's move on to the fan art. By the way, please keep leaving comments on these because we will always bring these comments back and talk about the previous podcast.
Are we okay in light? Should we? Nah, whatever.
It's getting dark in here, guys.
Who cares?
We love you so much.
Just so everyone knows, we're recording this the night before we leave for PAX.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make sure you guys had a podcast, so we're staying a little late.
No, just a little late.
Just a little late.
And once again, I can never complain. I
Yeah.
never complain. It's like, I had to stay late and play video games and talk to my friends.
Yeah.
Like, other guys are like, I had to finger space a bunch of shirts. I want to kill myself.
What does that
Finger
mean?
space. What's he talking
Oh no! So I used to work.
It's fine.
I used to
It's
work at a
fine.
clothing
Don't worry
store,
about it.
and they would call you in sometimes.
Fan
late at
art.
night.
The fart.
Anyway.
People want to see the fan art, not hear about your goddamn finger squirts or whatever.
If you guys want to hear about finger spacing, please let me know.
Nobody wants to hear about that.
We're not going to get to it this episode, but Bruce has a butthole story that he needs to tell.
I'm going to save that story for next podcast.
All right.
Saved for
That's
next
a teaser.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
butthole teaser.
We're going to put this to a vote. If you want to hear about finger spacing, let me know. If you want to hear the butthole story, you don't have to leave a comment. All right, first piece of fan art comes from Sarah Phillips. This is a very cute picture of us. I like it. James looks like a bean.
But one of the goatees is the other head, I think.
What?
Isn't that? It looks like my goatee.
No.
It looks like James's goatee is my head.
I don't have a goatee though.
I know, but when you did,
No,
I think that's what it is.
It's because I'm just back there. I'm like, hello.
Why is your head so much bigger?
It's just
Because
one of
that's
those
how
magic.
big my head looks in real life. That when I'm 30 feet behind you guys, it still
Your
looks
head's
giant.
still giant. I didn't know that.
It's just one of those
Bean
magic
head,
eye
they call me.
posters. You make you make what you want of it.
Yeah.
Next, oh god.
God.
Next up, James Carr did a Morky Moose.
Uh-huh.
Mackie
Is it
Moose?
Mackie Moose?
Mackie Moose from Dorsney Larn.
Uh-huh.
Dear God. That's all.
I'm my own nightmare.
I mean, that whole gameplay, I think, sparked a further discussion that we need to just play more Flash games.
Yeah, we do.
More Chinese knockoffs. They're so good.
Wait, that was a knockoff?
You're a racist.
I'm sorry. Foreign knockoff.
Oh, okay.
Next up, Thomas Johansson? Johnson?
Whatever.
Johansson.
Let me
Doesn't
read.
matter.
Hey, kid, stay in school. Did nice little paper cutouts.
My favorite is Lawrence. Look at Lawrence's face.
I know what picture they used.
Yeah.
It's funny, you do these things, and then people latch on to that visual interpretation of you, and that's the only one they draw.
I love that picture.
Obviously, mine is the one where I'm making that dumb face.
I love it.
And biting my lower lip, but now Lawrence is the one.
What I like about all these.
Shit.
Oh
shit!
Good job, Vin Diesel.
Man.
What I like about all these look like the sketches that a criminal investigator draws.
Yeah. And then he cuts them out.
Yeah, but-
and he pins them to walls.
Yeah. But he was also blind. Next up, we got Ben Rampley. Bruce is propelling himself.
This
with-
is so cute.
This is like one of the greatest fan arts I've
Oh,
ever
man.
seen. I love it.
just propelling
It's
himself.
just perfect.
Oh, little Bruce.
It's a great drawing.
I see, because there's a backstory to that fan art where he didn't know that he had the power in him to take control from his farts. He thought the farts were a problem, but this is shortly after he learned that his farts can be a blessing.
Oh.
And that's what I like about Lil
I'm like a
Bruce.
superhero.
Yeah.
You should write a child's book. Or a
I
children's
will.
Book that will never be published.
Gotcha. I'm on it.
We got Zombie Mesh, who did this brilliant.
This is you and I screaming
I
at PT.
haven't even seen this one.
Yeah,
He got my Batman shirt.
Yeah, this is you and I screaming at PT.
This is the guy who did the beard touching, right?
Yes.
I love your art style.
Yeah, it's so
Thank you
great.
so much.
This is great. I haven't seen this one.
Just holding that
what are you
fetus.
doing?
And what I always love, I love the attention to detail when like they got your Batman shirt
Yeah.
right. I
Yeah.
love that. So good. Gabriel
Oh.
Trujillo.
This reminds me of something.
Wow.
The style.
Just-
a certain art style.
Scary Bruce.
I mean, he's hollow-eyed.
Just normal
Maybe
Bruce.
kind of like, not really gorillas, but kind of, I don't know. There's something
yeah.
I've seen, something that reminds me of it with the eyes gone.
It's 2 steps removed from Zalgo. You ever seen Zalgo art? Anyone? Just me? All
Is
right.
that like finger squirting?
I'm not sure.
It's like being possessed by a demon.
Okay.
Where like tendrils come out of you and like your eyes go bloodshot. Like look up Zalgo.
Lawrence,
It's
you
fun.
really don't know what this is?
You have
It
to.
sounds
know.
like you invented it.
Oh, you would enjoy it. Look up Garfield Zalgo. It's,
All right.
It's weird stuff. I enjoy it. Getting back on the Mackie Moose train.
More
at
Dorsney
at
Lorne.
Dorsney Lorne. Brad Sarah.
Oh, it's so cool.
Well, I like it because it's also kind of like
Dortle dork.
it is a little Dolan.
And what was his name? Gorfy the Goof?
Gorfy the Goof, yeah. It's Gorfy the Goof.
Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Red Tail did this Booker Catch art. Always good. We sent that to Oliver. He enjoyed it.
Didn't you guys have a contest for you guys to be drawn as
A long time ago.
a long time?
Yeah, Elizabeth
He's
and
like,
Booker.
and it's done.
It took him 9 months.
He looks up. He has a beard. His hands are bleeding. He's like,
Yeah.
I think
What happened?
I think I did it.
and then we
What?
have.
Wow, this one's so cool.
Oh yes, I remember I saw the Atom part of this.
Da Marie Miad.
It's if Adam made love with Sergeant Slaughter.
Man, my neck and chin have become one.
Yeah.
So good.
Looks like you have devil horns, by the way.
Yeah,
on
I
your
do.
head.
Yep,
Okay,
I do.
all right.
You look actually. James looks kind of like Mark Wahlberg, and I dig that.
Oh wow.
He's kind of like
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Hi Mitchell. Did the and answers, which we still need to make a shirt. I've been working on some typography designs, so we'll get there eventually. It will be coming, I promise. But I don't want to know what's happening on the lower half of this picture.
If there's anything fan art teaches me, it's that I'm a fucking monster.
I think among all of us, you're the only one who's a walking cartoon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kanal Lothra.
Oh, here we go again. Fucking monster.
Boy. Well, we're all monsters in this
doing
one.
this.
You know what?
That's
you know,
me because I'm scrolling.
Hey, do you know what I look like in this? There's a right answer for this. Do you know what I look like?
From the Goonies. What's
Nope.
his name?
Can you go back
Nope.
to the screen because now I can't move.
Good.
I think you froze it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crap.
Shit.
PC Master Race. Well, anyway.
Just click inside the window.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're just covering
doing
this
fan art.
B-roll with fan art. And now,
But I want to play.
Sorry, bro. So what do I look like in this? What do I look like in this one?
A rapist.
Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh yeah, you do look like Judge. Yeah,
Just
with the with the glasses
Yeah.
or the goggles or whatever. It's all right. Don't worry about it. Fuck.
Well,
Don't worry. It's okay.
there we go. It'll crash.
Perfect.
Out. It crashed out.
Good.
Okay. Oh,
I want to see the fan art.
yep. Okay. Dimity Jessup. I
yeah.
I like the cutesy stuff. It's always good. Very chibi. I dig it.
I like the pen recreation of the logo.
The stitch.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
I dig that.
Joel, I like Joel's little musical notes surrounded by it.
I want to
man.
pull them away so I can see what he looks like naked.
I like that I
can
have
tell
an
you,
energy sword.
It's really hairy.
Oh God.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the greatest of all time.
So the Tens did a follow-up to one of the greatest pieces of fan art. Not to put any of the other fan art down,
Nope.
but the dedication that has been put into this, I believe it's like somewhere like 20 hours to put this thing together. Half of it's in 3D.
Yep.
Like the attention to detail is fantastic. That's what I love. Just a lot of little details.
Well, it's a world where Tunt has become president.
Yep.
He's taken over, and this is the aftermath.
and I think we're mercenaries. I like that.
The thing is, I can't tell if there's references that I'm not getting in
There
this.
are some
Because
references.
like there's
What is this from?
what's
The robot on the left.
The robot on the left. What about the snowman?
Yeah,
with
what's
the
this
From
bullets?
the Just
snowman.
Cause gameplay.
Oh,
Right.
that's right.
See, that's
Jeez.
the thing. I don't even know what they are.
Well, it's because we've forgotten.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well, and then I was looking at this being like, they don't have Joel. There he is.
No,
sniping.
Joel's sniping.
in the Joel
He's
hole.
sniping, and
Yeah.
Spool's up there too.
Yep.
Sitting
Oh my-
on the roof.
No.
Holy crap. That's what I mean. Like, I always look at this stuff and go, would have been nice if, they did do that.
Yeah.
So, freaking hats off to you, man. Please sell this as a poster in some way, shape, or form. 'Cause
Yeah, we'll buy it and put it up.
I want to see how this trilogy ends. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
And then we asked for this one from Blaze Holemajammer.
Yep.
Character screen for our eventual video game
Uh huh.
where we will fight. It's not fair that I have a gun, but I think
No, that's part of it.
Yeah.
It's like you're like Cable in Marvel vs. Capcom.
sure you'll just the bolts will bounce off your chest.
Yeah.
That's fine.
James,
think
you don't look very dangerous in that.
Well, I use my fists. My
Oh.
fighting style is using my fists.
Okay.
Other people have
'Cause you like-
different
you like
fighting
this.
styles.
You're like happy.
I'm not too concerned. The thing is that what I immediately thought of is about a year ago we almost did a Mugen
Oh yeah.
series.
Oh, yeah.
We almost did we'd import new characters and we'd have them fight each other and we'd bet on it and stuff. And the secret thing behind it was we wanted people to create Mugen or whatever characters
Of
of
us,
us
yeah.
so we could have ourselves fight. And
close.
this is really close.
He's close.
This is really close. I picked through the whole thing and the only thing I found that was missing was Lawrence in his Sir Lar GTA costume DLC, right? Which he said he'll do as DLC, and then Toons. Toons.
From Dragon's Prophet.
Toons,
Yes.
Toons wasn't on
Yeah.
there, so Blaze Holemajammer and I agreed to make him a boss, or him or
Well, there
whatever,
will
a
also be
boss.
alternate costumes that we will charge you through DLC, which are already on the disc.
Yep.
That's just how we do business. I'm
All right,
sorry.
keep moving.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
And then from Lara Croft.
So cool.
Mm-hmm.
This
in
is so
an
cool.
alternate dimension where
Now, am I Drake?
Let's see. This is where I get kind of confused.
I think I'm Drake.
I believe.
You're
Actually,
Kratos.
No, you're.
Wait, no. What?
No,
James.
that's
James
me.
is
Well, then who
Drake.
the fuck am I?
You're Joel.
Oh, that's right.
From The Last
Drake and
of
Joel, I
Us.
always get mixed
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
They all.
I only think the middle is me because I see the tattoo.
Well, it's
right
definitely,
there.
that's definitely you.
Yeah,
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 it's-
and
yeah.
they got the abs perfect.
Yeah, and also if you notice, Bruce's mustache doesn't touch in the center, which is always a dead giveaway for the difference between the two of you.
Usually, yeah.
I'm not sure why I'm blonde, but
Yeah, you're right. You're not blonde.
so
Whatever.
Which is
There
funny
you
too,
go.
because Drake's not blonde either. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just a sexier version that they envision, which I like. This is from Settlerfield. Once again,
Oh, yeah, Master Sword.
I
Yep.
love inside
there
jokes like
is
this.
a follow up to this because I messaged him and I was like, "Can you do one from Adam's perspective where I'm holding a giant floppy laser?" And he made that one too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and then from Shagan
Is
10.
that you as Link?
But no,
Is
that's
that me
Joel.
as- Joel is Link?
Well, it's funny because people always post it. They're like, "Here's Joel as an elf," and I'm like, "Or a horrible Jew stereotype." I can never tell.
Column A, column B.
Yeah, and there's a few of them where like we always. It's always kind of weird. Like, does Joel just kind of look like a goblin? Like, he always comes off as some kind of weird.
I mean, I guess he kind of
creature.
does a little bit.
I guess
I-
if you get to know him.
Hey-oh.
And Joel's always just kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
Is what
He
it is.
doesn't care.
Well, it was like the one where they drew all of us. I forget which one it was, but and then for whatever we were all kind of normal.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's the not Hanna-Barbera style, but it's the.
No, not that one. There's the one where he was like a midget and he was on our shoulders.
Oh, right. That was the start of it.
That's my favorite one. The gnome.
And
But you
to,
scrolled past the ridiculous one.
I know. I'm just saying how many more we have. We're getting to our second to last one here. notable mention.
What's different about this one? What did they do to this one?
I think they got it
what I
pretty
think,
accurate, honestly.
It looks like they just took a screenshot
it's
of
just
us.
realistic.
Well, no. As I was thinking about it, what I think they did. Look at our hair. So in Photoshop, it's kind of hard to get those individual strands. So I think they were using the selection tool. They're trying to show off how good they are.
Oh, how good their green screen selection was.
gotcha.
I get it, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
There's a little trick in Photoshop, and I think they figured it out.
job.
So,
Nice work,
yeah.
LJ Foulble.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, good job. I mean, you have a great history, or I'm sorry, you have a great future in Photoshop for sure.
And this is officially, next one, is officially our logo on the machinima.com website.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah, I think they changed it.
Did they change it?
I
I'm
think,
gonna check it
let's check.
well, I don't know if they changed it yet, but
Let me do my
hopefully
daily
they-
check of machinima.com.
I never go there, so
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
We did send that in as a request. They haven't changed it yet.
There's
but
a giant IG. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
Whatever, it doesn't
that's
matter. This is what we sent in.
Yeah, but this
Us
is-
in a stomach.
This is from Verdusco. Yeah, well, I think all of our heads are in a heart. Or something
I think
like that.
it looked like a stomach or a semen to me. An individual sperm.
it could be a testicle out of the
Oh, there you go.
nutsack.
Yeah, no, the testicle is also interesting, I think.
Or a beehive.
Yep.
I definitely like this. It looks like a. You could probably put this up as a movie poster.
Yeah.
And people would go, oh, yeah.
People go, I'm not going to see that.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to see that.
And that's,
oh, the animations.
I'm sorry. I totally forgot about the animation.
He's been working hard on these.
This is the
man.
different kind of fan art.
That's very
but
different.
a very cool one. I don't know anything about computer animation, but I'm impressed with how quickly he's able to turn these out.
He's animating is it Q&As, right? Or are there some gameplays as well?
This is definitely from the Q&A.
That's from a Q&A, right?
But then I think some are from, because I think one of them is me saying the developers should kill themselves. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. The firefighter. Yeah, that's right. So that's from a gameplay. That's from a gameplay.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of both.
So Tanui Studios is doing a great job.
Yeah, thank you. I love the animated stuff. I think I've brought this up a few times, but we are looking to do like a compilation series on our channel. If you guys want to start submitting stuff and you're cool with us putting on our channel, and we can kind of help.
Dark in here.
I know.
It's getting really dark.
Okay, we're
real
gonna wrap
dark in
wrap
here.
this baby up.
I'm sorry. We like to.
I know. Adam loves talking about animation.
I know.
He loves animation. Loves it.
This is my argument.
Okay, go.
They took the time to make it.
Yeah.
Loves animation.
I want to give them proper credit.
Yeah, you should.
No. I'm talking about. I'm not talking about fan art. I'm talking about animation.
Do you want to talk about Batman?
See,
We're talking about Batman.
he wants to talk about Batman.
Here's
Why
the-
would you set him down this path?
If you're a fan of Justice League,
All right, guys, don't forget about NatureBox. Go to naturebox.com/inside, INSIDE, for 50% off your first month of NatureBox. I think tomorrow we're going to order our own.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
We should
How
probably
long
do
does
that
it
for the
take to
office.
get? Once you order it, how long does it take to arrive, Lawrence?
4 to 5 days.
4 to 5 days.
Okay.
bad at all.
So by the time we get back from
I was
PAX,
gonna say it'll be
Yeah.
waiting for us. We're gonna munch that box.
All those pop gym plops are going to be waiting for us. I love those sage parsley slam blams.
It's the
They're so good.
the peanut brittle September November rains.
Ooh, those sound good. Those sound really good. Oh my gosh, it's so,
It's so dark.
oh, we're the worst.
But yeah. So naturebox.com.
/inside.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to another successful podcast.
Yeah,
Would
thank
you say it's successful?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking the room.
Yeah, I guess. Fine.
I do want to do a quick reminder. Actually, by the time this goes up, we should be in Seattle. So if you are in the Seattle area and you're at PAX, come to our panel.
yeah.
Please do. It's Saturday, 11:30. I believe more details will be down here. I'm trying not to burp.
There's also a fan meetup on Friday night.
Tell me more, James.
At 9 p.m. at
9
Westlake
p.m.
Park.
At Westlake Park.
Yep.
Is on
Come meet
Friday,
us.
right?
Hopefully isn't behind something else again and hidden away.
No, it's not. It's in the middle of the city.
Where are the bushes?
Which day is that on? That's on Friday?
Friday,
Friday,
9
that's
p.m.
Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday and Saturday, if you guys are in Seattle and you're listening to this episode now, you should be coming out and hanging out with us because it'll be your last time ever until the next thing.
All right. I think they're turning the lights off. They're turning the power off.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
here,
no.
so we have to go.
We have to
go.
We gotta hit stop before.
So,
Brave new world out there, baby. Oh my.
just people get weird associations with the PlayStation brand. Like everyone thinks Metal Gear is a PlayStation property,
Yeah.
which I guess it was, but those came out on PC as well, and it started on the MSX.
These companies a monthly subscription, so you can't pirate their games.
Yeah.
And so the exclusives, they might happen, but they're gonna be few and far between. To buy an Xbox for Master Chief Collection, it's like that's what exclusives are.
That's
Yeah.
the point.
That's
yeah.
the point. They want you to feel that way. Like you shouldn't, fucking, hate yourself.
So my gaming story about my roommate, actually, because I've known my roommate for a very long time, is have fun. A long time ago. This is probably like 7 or 8 years ago, maybe even longer than that. Holy shit! We were playing F-Zero, I believe.
Nice.
We just decided to fire up the N64, play some F-Zero.
F-Zero X.